ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to winter? Yeah, it kind of feels like it, relatively speaking, to compare to how warm we were a little bit ago. This is a cool graphic. This is the change in snowfall over the last 5 decades, and this is way less snow over the course of that time than previously across a good portion of the northern United States. Where has the snow increased? Farther north. That means the storm track has been further north. That means the colder air has been confined further north as we've gone throughout springtime. So an interesting trend over a pretty decent amount of time. As we look at our cold temperatures, they're going to be coming right back in. We get this initial warm up across the east, and then this cold really swings on in. It's going to be very cold as we go in towards portions of the northern plains, upper Midwest, Great Lakes, and Ohio Valley, and this does spread all across the east. So definitely a pattern change for sure, because we get more of these big cold shots than what we had previously, which was the big warm-ups. We will get warm pushing back in towards the Four Corners and much of the middle portion of the country. That will try to move eastward briefly, but it's overall going to be kind of a cool pattern. Here's what we're going to see. This cold front and low pressure system march off towards the east. Big time winter storm again across portions of the upper Midwest, but it's a northerly Great Lakes cutter track that pulls in rain and warm air elsewhere, but when that front moves through, it's going to pull back that cold air. But that snow continues mainly in towards central Ontario and then in towards Quebec, fairly far north, some snow staying. But look at this, is a dry pattern. This is a lot of high pressure and control. So we see systems every few days or so, but in between it's very quiet. A little bit of action, very little, and then of course we're going to pour more into the California. Come on now, we don't want to do that. Not much snow until you get far north. Upper Midwest certainly getting in on it, but there really won't be too much for the Northeast over the course of the next week until again you get far north and towards Maine, Montreal, and northward from there. It is definitely the upper Midwest storm for sure, and then of course pretty active again across portions of the west and into the Sierra Nevada mountains. Another couple feet, just crazy amounts of snow. This is cool. La Nina, goodbye. It is over after about 3 years. These are the warmest sea surface temperature anomalies in the eastern equatorial Pacific Ocean since 2020. So we're now into a ENSO neutral cycle, and that is responded by the atmosphere, and that's why we're seeing some of these changes with some of the cold air this spring and also that major active pattern into the west coast. It's cool. It's just going to be consistently cool, at least close to average into the northeast, but everywhere else a little bit below pretty much, and then just continued troughs, cold air, wind, lots of cloud cover, lots of rain, lots of snow into the west, keeping it extremely wet and keeping it very cold as well. What a big pattern change there. Overall, much of the country going to have chances for, again, those active systems every few days or so. So be on breast for nothing super great when it comes to the planting season coming up. It will be probably cool into April.